All right, so today we'll do a few things. We'll start with chi breathing, whole body breathing, and that Ken Cohen, who we like, and we have some of his books. He does a great lesson on that, on the chi breathing. And then we'll move. We're going to do the 5 intentions, a cleansing exercise, and then we'll do 8 brocades. And I don't know if Carol will be joining us. I didn't see her yet, but if she's here, I'll invite her to speak. And then we'll close as we do with our self-massage and tapping. So we can start by coming to standing. We'll begin in the Wuji posture. The feet are hip width, parallel. Bend the knees a little bit. Have all the joints be open, loose, and springy. Open, loose, and springy. Feel the earth under your feet. Take a moment to find some stillness and quiet, relax. Have all the joints be open, loose, and springy. Keep the spine long, elongated and long. Feel the sky over your head and the earth under your feet. And then the hands and feet are like suction cups, and they're sensing and drawing up that earth chi from the earth. Open the arms up a little bit to allow some free movement under the arms and energy to flow. Breathe with the earth. Feel that heavenly chi funneling in from above. Very nice. And then we'll start to let the chi draw up all the way from the feet, all the way up overhead. Making circles, we'll make 3 circles. Expand out. And then again, draw up. Full body breathing, chi breathing, belly breathing, breathing from the dantian, the area underneath the navel. Circles. Draw the chi from the feet all the way up to the fingertips and the top of the head. And then we're going to reverse direction. Circle out, draw down, float the hands down. Feel that earth connection. And then we'll be here at the abdomen, feeling the connection between the hands and between the hands and the body. And then we inhale, the hands come apart a little bit. And then when we exhale, they relax. So it's as if we were holding a balloon against our body. And when we inhale, the balloon would expand. And then when we'd exhale, it would relax and contract. So breathing here at the belly. Nice, open, natural breathing. Really letting the abdominal cavity fill up from the front and the back and expanding out like a tire, and then releasing. Let's do a couple more. See if you can scan for any tension and breathe into those areas that are tight and release the tension. Let go of any tension, relax. Relax into it, relax into the movement. Relax into the breath. And release, relax the wrists, and then let's relax the head, back, neck, and shoulders. Sway to one side. Feel a nice stretch there. Keep breathing. And then sway to the other side. And you get a nice stretch all along the side back into the hips. And then we'll sway from side to side, however feels good to you. You can pause and breathe into the stretch, or you can make it a more active movement and keep swinging back and forth. Whatever feels good. Just keep breathing. And I'm getting a nice stretch from the hip all the way up into the shoulder and the rhombus. And a couple more times. And then relax forward again, really relax the neck. And then we're gonna draw the arms up. We're gonna feel the chi as we draw up, arms open wide, like you can see everything. Stretch back a little bit, open up under the armpits, and then float the hands down and feel the connection here at the belly. And then we'll explore the belt channel. So sweep back and really feel that energy field. Notice if you can notice where it feels strongest, what that feels like, any tingling, vibration, magnetic qualities, warmth, temperature changes. You can kind of notice like temperature changes along the belt channel. So it might be a little warmer in places. You can play around with that and then relax. Let any stagnant chi discard into the earth like compost. Relax the neck, let go of any tension, just let it melt away. And then again, we'll sweep up, feel the chi, hands flip over, eyes open really wide, tilt back a little bit, see everything like you can see every molecule in the universe. And then bring the chi inside, let it flow inside as you float the hands down. And then we feel that energetic connection at the belly. Maybe it's gotten a little stronger already. Play around with it. And sweep back and forward in this fishtail move. So the wrists and then the fingertips. The wrists and then the fingertips. And discard into the earth. And we can do a little more swaying. And then the hands come up again, draw up, feel the chi, eyes open wide, see everything. Let that come inside, funnel inside, into the crown, the eyes, nose, mouth, throat, shoulders. Hands float down, smoothing that energy field. Again, feeling the connection here at the belly and releasing. Very nice. Can stir the chi, like we're in this big lake of chi. Start stirring things up. Can transfer the weight from side to side. Inhale and exhale with the movement. Let the breath and the movement coordinate. And then release. All right, and we'll do 8 brocades. So we can clear and then gather, raise up the front, hands flip over, and then we hold up the sky, make the impression of the pyramid shape on the sky right up over your head, and open up and just tip back a little bit to open up the front of the body and the diaphragm. Inhale, exhale, release. And then again, holding up the sky, open up, and then release. Extend out to the horizon, extend into the earth. A couple more. Feel a static stretch at the top, and then you release. So there's that quality of holding the dam back and then releasing it. Once more. And release. And the feet are hip width and parallel. And then we'll do rider on horseback. So the hands are facing each other in front of the body. And then we're going to pull back as if we're pulling back on the string of a bow. And the other hand comes out to the side, and we make an L shape with the fingers as we sink. And look through that L shape. Engage the eyes. And then rise and sink. Rise and sink. Feel that nice stretch through the hand all the way up the arm. Nice fluid movements, nice fluid motions, using your flow energy. And on the other side, to complete the set, come back, float down, feel the earth connection. And now we'll do separating the hands. This can also resemble the crane spreads wings, or crane spreads wings is a form of this. But one hand is going to come up like this, palm up, and then it's going to flip over. So it's a little bit like holding up the sky, but with one hand. And then the other hand presses down gently along that stomach channel. So one hand comes up, inhale, inhale some more, and then swing around, and then press down. And that press down causes the other hand to come up, flips up, presses up, inhale, inhale some more, swing around, press down, it causes the up, inhale, inhale some more, and feel free to follow along as we do this. There are many, many different variations of all the Qigongs, and maybe especially this one because it's so popular. You'll see many variations and versions of this. So if you have any preferred versions you'd like to take, feel free to do that. I know for myself, sometimes it's fun to try new versions, and then sometimes you want to do your preferred version. Let's do a couple more. Up, inhale some more. Press down along that stomach channel, helping the energy go in the proper direction, right? So this would be helpful for digestion. Swing around and down. And then once more. Up, swing around and press down. So separating the hands. See, it looks a little, you can see when crane spreads wings. That's another way. That's a classic Tai Chi way to do it. So you'll see that when we do in the Tai Chi forms. So then we'll do the owl. The wise owl gazes backward. So we're gonna sweep back like that. And as we do, we're just gonna sweep back. We're gonna pinch the shoulder blades together gently. And then we're gonna turn gently and look over one shoulder. So we squeeze the shoulder blades and turn back the head. That, like almost like you're trying to look on the ground behind you, or maybe you can look on the ground behind you. And then sweep back, and forward, back. Turn the head and neck, look behind you, and engage the eyes. So the eyes move first, and then the head follows. And eyes, and then the head, neck and head. Want to be nice, go nice and smooth, nice and gentle with this one. And once more on the other side. And we'll move to number 5. Put the hands on the haunches like this, and we can really rest the weight, and then you tip one shoulder down, and we're gonna dip as if we're dipping under a fence. And then we come up and we touch the sky or the ceiling with our chin. And then again, we come down and push down and kink the garden hose. And then when it releases, there's this cooling effect. So we cool the heart fire and we come up. Again, helping establish and maintain a healthy energy flow within the organ systems. And cool the heart fire. So this is helping the kidneys and the heart, the water energy of the kidneys and the fire energy of the heart to stay balanced and healthy. can either come up 3/4, or you can also, if you like, sometimes it feels nice to circle all the way. Let's do a couple more. Dip under, up, dip under, and up. Swinging the tail. The bear swings its tail. And back up like that. So that was number 5. Now we'll move on to number 6, which is the 7 stars for immunity. And this helps with the joints. The 7 stars are the joints, the neck, the shoulders, the elbows, the wrists, the hips, the knees, and the ankles. So that's 7 altogether. So we'll start with the hands on the kidney energy center right here. We'll pinch the shoulders together gently. Then we'll look up, open up the front little with a mini back bend. And then we'll just release and slide the hands down the back outer sides of the legs, all the way down until you get to a ragdoll. And then we smooth up, seal up the front to the belly, and then we sweep back, elbows come back, tip back, inhale, and then release, slide down, all the way as far as you want to comfortably go. Ragdoll, slide up, seal that energy up, sweep back, pinch the shoulders, look up, inhale, release, do a couple more. Really open up that belly and release. And back to the belly. Earth connection. And we'll move to 7, punching with eyes narrowed. This is the same one that we do when we do the Shibashi. So we have the forearms perpendicular to the ribcage, high horse position, make fists, they face up, and bend the knees a little bit, open loose springy, and then we're gonna take one arm and punch, squeeze the fist, narrow the eyes, squeeze the toes, keep the shoulders square, and then we gather, bring in, punch out. Release, punch, squeeze, narrow, game face, and release. Draw in, punch out. Release. Draw in, punch, squeeze, narrow the eyes, and release. Helping to release liver heat, helping to release trapped emotions like frustration, anger, resentment, rage, jealousy, that whole spectrum, stress, tension. Couple more, once more on the other side. And release, release into the earth. Relax forward. And we'll move on to number 8, which is dropping like a post. So you can either just come up energetically and make it a very gentle drop, or you can come up a little bit on the toes and bounce a little bit on the heels. Whatever feels good to you. I recommend if you have any back issues, you do a more modified, gentle approach. So we come up, release, bouncing, dropping like a post. And last one. Shake like a tree. Feel the connection at the dantian here. Breathe with the hands and belly. Breathe with the whole body. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Feeling the qi in every cell. Smile inwardly. Relax and release tension. And then let the hands sweep down, out, up, and floating down. Very good, very nice. So that was the 8 brocades, the 8 silken pieces of brocade. Let's see who else we have on here. Okay, you're good to go.
Okay, so the 5 elements that we talk about often in here are often shown in a book. So if you get a book on Chinese medicine, if you get a book on Chinese medicine, you will read about the 5 elements. And in the 5 elements, they talk about the heart being joy, and the lungs being the spleen, being worry and anger. And that is, that's what most of the books say, but they all have a positive element, which they don't talk about, but I think everybody in China knows what that is. So the kidneys have to do with wisdom. So it's the opposite of fear. So when you are, like afraid of a dog, and then you find a dog that you like, that's nice, that you can trust, then you gain wisdom and you trust the dog. And the opposite of anger is compassion. So like if you're really angry about something and then you switch and feel compassionate, then that is the other side of your liver, the thing that makes your liver happy and soft. Whereas anger makes your liver really hard and edgy. And the heart is joy. And you're like, well, how can that be too much joy? But, like my nephew one time at Christmas, he had too much joy and he didn't sleep. He stood in his crib all night long, the night before Christmas. And it was because he had too much joy. And in homeopathy, we give people coffee for that. Which is interesting in itself. But the heart has to do with the emperor. It has to do with choosing the correct emotion for the moment. And all of the other organs, all the other elements defer to the emperor. The spleen has to do with meditation. And when you have extreme meditation, you have obsessive compulsive behavior, where you can't stop watching the news. So that becomes an obsession. But, one time I was up at the Wild Animal Park here in San Diego, and they had a mountain full of goats. And it was right straight up and down. It was nothing but rocks. They had worn all the dirt off. And they were clippy-clopping up there on those rocks. And their feet were like magnets. They stuck to those rocks like glue. And yet when they wanted to take their next little step or leap to the next rock, they did that. And then, many years later, I had the opportunity to see the Dalai Lama speak at the Poly Pavilion in LA. And he talked for about 4 days. And at the end, he said, well, gee, it was really nice spending time with you. And he got up and left. And we're like, whoa, because all of us were in kind of a sticky state and we didn't really want to leave. And so those are the two ways that the spleen thinks about things. It's involved with dampness and stickiness, like the cheesy pizza they used to advertise on TV. And then last one is the lung, which has to do with acceptance. And lots of times when things don't go the way we want, we grieve and whine and carry on terribly. And then when we accept that we're not going to get a candy bar at the checkout line, we're like, okay. And then when we take a deep breath, all of these have a control cycle, which I'll talk about the next time. But the control cycle for managing your anger is breathing. And, you know, it used to be when I was a kid, like if you got upset with your children, you were supposed to take a deep breath and count to 10. And by the time people usually got to 3, they weren't angry anymore. And that is because the lung controls the liver. Thank you.
Carol, can I ask you
Yes.
to remind us, I think it was last week or maybe it was the week before, when you were talking about the spleen and a craving for sweets. Could you
Yes.
give us a refresher on that?
Right. The spleen has, as you can see, I have a spleen color in my living room. That happened when I worked at hospice. I couldn't come home to a pale house. So the spleen has this yellow color, and it's like yellow, like golden grain. And lots of times when the lung becomes sad, and the lung idealizes things, it thinks like the world is like a television program and you can have a happy ending. So consequently, it's always disappointed with the way things are going, and it turns to its mother, the spleen, and says, Mom, I'm really sad. I just got to have a candy bar, or can you give me some ice cream, or how about some whipped cream and berries? I mean, it's always working hard. But none of those things ever satisfy the spleen. And so the result is that the person gets overweight because the spleen keeps trying to feed it, which is what every mother does for her child, is she feeds her child. But in a lot of cultures, the grandmother raises the children because the mother has to work. And so it is the heart's job to explain to the spleen, to the lung, through its wisdom factor, that, you know, things are, you just have to accept some things. You have to accept that you have to wear a diaper. You have to accept that you go to school. You have to accept that we're getting older. I mean, there are a lot of things we have to accept, and it's the heart job to decide what is appropriate. And when we have appropriate behavior for the moment, then all of the elements come into balance and harmony, and we can have a good life, even though things kind of stink in certain areas.
Thank you so much. That was really great.
You're welcome. Thank you for asking, Tiffany.
So I have something I've been trying to figure out.
Yes.
I have something on a yin and yang. There are 8 trigrams and 8 forces, and they are earth and heaven, which you understand, that's yin and yang. Fire and water, which is also very clear, that's yin and yang. Then there's valley and mountain, which is also very clear. But it also has wind and thunder, and that's not clear at all. I don't see, you know, the correlation, the yin-yang correlation between wind and thunder in the 8 trigrams and the 8 forces. So that's something for us to ponder. And if anybody finds the answer before I do, please mention it next week. I don't know, so that's the reason I'm bringing it up. And I've always wondered about it.
Good question. We will ponder that. Walter, I cut your video because your bandwidth is so low. So I thought maybe that would help with your audio, which was
no
awesome.
response anywhere?
What?
No.
Okay then.
What, Walter? Okay. Well, let's go to standing.
Okay,
Everybody on mute.
thank you. Yes, that's always a problem here. Yes, that's always a problem here. I'm in the woods.
Not working. Okay. Just give me 1 second. Technical stuff. Okay, looks like we're good. All right, so we'll do about 3 to 5 minutes of standing. Zhan, standing like a post. The book that's a wonderful companion book for this practice is Zhan, or The Way of Energy by Lam Kam Chuen. This is a really good one. We stand in a Wuji posture. The feet are hip width below us. Better. So feel that earth under the feet. Feel the roots of the feet sinking and spreading. Imagine into the earth, visualizing and imagining that. Feeling that heaven and earth connection, like there's a string above you connecting you up to the heavens, and also that you're connected to the earth, and those two energies meld and merge and combine and create energy like a battery. So this is very easy, but it's a very, very simple and powerful Qigong all on its own. You can practice it for, you can just start with 2-3 minutes, work up to 4 or 5 minutes, work up to 10 minutes. 5 minutes a day, 5 minutes twice a day. It doesn't require a huge time commitment to really start noticing some results. So breathe with the earth, relax. Just stand and scan the body for any tension. And just when you find any tight areas or just tense areas, you breathe into them and let that tension just dissolve. Let it be washed away. Let it melt away into the earth. Engage the senses, breathe from the belly. Stand with as little effort as possible, using your structural energy and your flow energy. See how little effort you can use in order to stand while still being strong and upright. Having a nice, straight, elongated spine. Feeling yourself lifted from above. Lifted from above up to the heavens. Breathe with the earth. And then the hands come up into this posture here, the birth posture. And when we breathe, we feel everything expand a little bit. Full body breathing. And then when we exhale, we release. Inhale. And exhale. Full body breathing. The breath and qi nourish every cell, from the outside to the inside, from the top to the bottom. From the back to front and front to back. Just feeling one cohesive energy field. One whole cohesive energy field. And then the wrists float up, coming to the classic tree posture.
feeling like the arms are resting on air balloons so that it feels easy to hold them in this posture. Everything feels supported. Release any tension in the wrists, hands, and fingers. Relax the face, the ears, the neck, the shoulders, the upper back, the hips, the thighs, the knees, the ankles, the feet, the bones in the feet, from the top of your head to your feet. Let go and relax while you stand strong and tall. And then we can rest for a moment and bring the hands back up. This time we're going to bring them all the way up in front of the eyebrows like we're catching a beach ball. The palms are in a relaxed, open shape, a little bit of a catty corner, so they're not straightforward. They're in a relaxed, neutral position. Relax the neck and the shoulders. And with each posture, we stand up just a little straighter. So this is the one that you'll stand the tallest in. And feel that heavenly chi funneling in as you catch it with your hands. And let it funnel into the crown of your head, the fontanelle, the la gong, the circle in the middle of the palms, the eye sockets, the nose, the mouth, the ears, the throat, and the shoulders, as well as under the arms, letting that chi funnel in. Golden energy, golden healing energy. Bringing in fresh chi. It just comes zooming in, and then you release the stagnant chi. And you let that infusion of fresh chi be the building blocks of health and vitality. And then release out to the side, into the starfish pose, the celestial being pose, and breathe like a starfish. And relax into the posture. Always making any little micro adjustments that you need to make to relax more and to release tension and to relax all the joints and muscles and tendons and the belly. And then we release all the way down with a feeling of relief. Notice the difference, that feeling in the forearms and wrists and hands, as since our hands have been up and now we brought them down, and the change of the blood, you can feel the change in the blood. And let's relax forward. Relax the neck. And then stand up, swing the arms out, palms flip over. Greet the sky, flip the hands down. Rest the palms on the lake of chi. Come back here. So that was a little Zhan. There are different patterns that you can hold those core 5 positions in. And that book, Way of Energy, goes into the different patterns and what they are and what they're. So now we're going to do so we've done the full body breathing and the cleansing,
and the Qi building with the 8 brocades, and further Qi strengthening with the standing. So now we'll do some self-massage and tapping, which is integrative and balancing and harmonizing and integrates the Qi that we've cultivated and helps it go where it needs to go. And it will also further cleanse and clear any stagnation as well. So we can rub the hands together. And we can tap. We'll start at the spleen area here, under the arms, and the side of the rib cage, just tapping. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Back here. And let's tap at the fingers, the fingertips here. And then let's rub the cuticle area. Let's start with the thumb, the first finger, just pinching into that little area on the sides of the nail bed. Pinch and rub. And then the other side. And then the backs of the hands. Other side. And the interlace right here. Massage right in the center. And then right here, about 3 fingers up from the wrist crease, right above the bone. Tap. So a little firmer on the outside, and when you do the inner gate, you want to be more gentle. Tap or rub. And then a little more gentle on the inside, and then the forearm, the meaty forearm. Make a loose fist as your tapping device. And rub the inner elbow and the outer elbow. And then right here, large intestine channel, colon point. And sweep. Other side. And squeeze the neck and shoulders, give yourself a hug. Little massage, squeeze the neck. And then switch the other side. Do the same thing. Pet the thyroid like a cat. Rub the hands. Let's tap from the back of the neck up to the top of the head and back. Working the hands out until they cover the whole scalp. Fingertips together and pull apart, smooth apart. rub the hands together, put this part of the palm into the eye socket, but gently, but with just a little bit of pressure. So that fits together. And so keeping your head forward, we're gonna look to the right and left with that, just moving the eyes right and left. You can just barely feel that tracing on your palms. And then you can move the eyes in circles one way, in figure eights one way and the other way. Keeping the head straight forward. And then move the tongue around in the mouth to gather saliva. Once, just like you did with the eyes, one way and then the other way, and then circles. And then with an inward smile, take the hands away, bring the hands down, and swallow a golden elixir. And hands together, and then we'll do the ears. We're gonna pinch the ears and get them warmed up. And if this is difficult to do, if you have a hearing device, you can also just make gentle cups with your hands like this, which is one of the movements from Qigong. So you have those different options. So you pinch the ears, get everything nice and warmed up. They actually can take some firm pressure, and they will get red pretty quickly, just like they do when you go out in the cold and then back in the warm house. So you really can get into all the crevices, all the nooks and crannies, and do a full ear massage. And then you can rub the inside. And massage the earlobe gently. And then massage up the back behind the ear fold very gently. And then with just a little bit more pressure, still gentle, down, pull down, up gently, and then pull down gently, up and down. And then rub the hands, and we're going to ear plunge. Six, seven. And then let's tap here, the clavicle area. Anywhere that feels good, just keep tapping. If it feels sore, you can keep tapping just more gently, or you can always tap around laterally. And then here, the thyroid, we can do the thyroid thumbs. Key immunity organ. Make the earth connection with the other hand. And sweeping. And kidney area. So the kidneys you can rub or tap, or rub up, bring the pinkies together if you can, and rub up. So this is like the cycle, the nourishment cycle of a tree. The tree draws nutrients up from the soil, and then it buds and it creates foliage, and it blossoms, and then eventually the leaves come off and they fall down into the earth and they nourish the soil like compost. And then again, the tree draws up the water and the nutrients, everything comes out and then brings back down. So you make these little circles, kidney circles, energy circles. You can also rub or tap if you have a
a preferred way to do it. You can sometimes see people get a little bit of a bounce, get the kidney area warmed up and nourished, and send it some attention and love. And then the hips. Can do it's very invigorating for the joints, and it helps to store qi in the joints, which are backup reservoirs of qi and vitality. And then we come to the thighs, tapping, and the other side. The thighs are always good to do anytime too, just by themselves. Same with the ears, good to do anytime. The hands too, hand massage, hands, feet. Also good, you know, if you're just gonna do a routine every day, just hands, feet, and ears would be very good to do if you had to pick 3. And then the knees, you can rub the knees, rub or tap. Especially the back, it's good to rub the back. Tap the sides, massage the front. Helping to bring healing, blood, and oxygen into the area. And then right here on the outside, a little bit below the knee, right here, there's a little divot you can massage or rub or tap. Tap along the shin. And then the other side. Rub and massage. Munchies. Rub the back. Slap the sides. Rub, massage, tap. Keep doing it so you can kind of feel when it starts to respond. You know, it softens up. If you look at your skin, you can see the change in temperature and color sometimes. And tap. And then right here, the stomach 36, there's this little divot. You can rub, massage, and then tap along the shin, up and down. And then the heels are the ankles, similar to the knee. Tap and massage. And get those nice and warmed up. They're farther from the heart, you know, so we're giving them an assist and helping the blood get down here. And the blood brings all these essential nutrients for the cells, including oxygen, or foremost oxygen. All the different repair techniques that the body has. And heel if you're barefoot. And then we do shake like a tree, shimmy like a horse, shake like a tree, shimmy, shake, shimmy, shake, shimmy, shake. Release. If you feel a little freer than you did when you started, less tension. And then we'll do the drop like a post. And shake and bounce. And then the tummy. We'll do our energy circles at the tummy. So we do about 8, you can do 8 clockwise, Whatever your preferred posture is for this part is fine. Nice and smooth, like you're petting a kitty or a puppy. And then we reverse and come back to your starting point. And then feel the connection here. Spread the hands apart, dragon in repose, upside down pyramid shape. Breathe into the hands. And bring the hands up. Float down. Good. So that was our class today. So thank you everyone for joining. That was really nice seeing everybody.
Okay,
Thank you, Tiffany.
Yeah, really good seeing you.
Tiffany.
Take care,
Thank
everyone.
Tiffany.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, Gina. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Tiffany. All right.
So good to see you. Hi, Joan. Good to see you. All right. Thank you so much, Carol. That was wonderful. I really appreciated your lessons.
That was great.
Yeah. Thanks for expanding on the question that I had too. It was great. Okay. Well, take care. Have a great weekend. I'll see y'all soon. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Take care, honey.
Take care, sweetie.